Well, hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for December 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using Gaia chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. So let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in towards you. But as I was doing the Gaia chimes, in the water, I could see someone settling down with a romantic novel as the rain patters on the window outside. Now, I'm not sure if that's someone out there right now. I mean, multitasking, listening to this at the same time as reading, that's pretty spectacular. But perhaps it is something that you desire to do, or it is a signpost indicating that after you complete that task of reading a romantic novel in some way, perhaps it sets you on a vibration to cathartically cleanse but be in alignment to meet someone new. I'm not sure. That's just something I can see in the water right now as I was doing the Gaia chimes. So I have to give you everything I can see. I got to symbolically work it out because sometimes it's just an image, no sound. Sometimes it's a sound and no image. So, I'll give you what I can encounter in your readings. I'm not going to tell you something that's not there or try to work it out in a way that flatters you. I'm just going to tell you what I see. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that and just get straight to your cards to see what is going on there for you. So first card, we got toil and labor. You've been working really hard, focusing on, your independence. You have the bad health card there as well. So some of you may be managing some health symptoms at this moment in time and trying to get back to best. But I feel symbolically the bad health card indicates that you may meet people who perhaps have not been looking for love. You may feel like your love life is in a bad situation right now where you're in need of some sort of help. I'm getting a vibe when I touch this card actually that some of you may actually have a friend who tries to set you up with somebody as well, because the bad health card is actually in the resistance position. So a lot of you, if you have been managing personal symptoms there health-wise, I feel you're getting back to best, okay? You may have taken some time out from the dating scene. This person is convalescing, taking some time out because they may have been disenchanted or disappointed with the dating scene, or perhaps you keep meeting people who are running away from a part of themselves and keep coming towards you for support, for nurturing, and want you to fix them. And when you give so much of yourself to that person and, you give them that ego boost, as it were, you may feel that they leave the nest. They just leave. And you are left depleted of your energy and love, of course, and they've taken what they required and off they went. So some of you may be dealing with that sort of dynamic in, your romantic dealings so far, okay? You have a lot of challenging cards here, my beautiful Librans, but you probably don't need me to tell you right now that it's a challenge on the dating scene. You're experiencing it. A lot of you have responsibility on your shoulders. This is a protagonist energy, toil and labor. Relationships are so hard, especially when you connect to people who either have addictions or they are emotionally unavailable, because the bad health card can tell me that you've been in some toxic relationships in the past, and you are someone who tries to fix things. You try to make it work, even at the cost of your own independence, your own joy, and sometimes it's just really heavy and hard. But you've been learning a lesson, and you got the message because you have the message card right there. And I feel like you are closing down a cycle and entering into a new chapter of you. You're doing a lot of healing from previous toxic relationships, if that is you. Because, of course, not everybody has come to this reading having gone through a previous experience that broke your heart or left you bereft, and picking up the tiny little pieces of you and putting yourself back together. If that is you, I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. It gets better. You will meet a person who will love all of you for who you are and meet your love language as well there, okay? But we'll get to that in a moment, because the toil and labor card can indicate you're doing a lot of repair work on yourself, but also you're working really hard to make life work. There's a little cat in the background there, and that can indicate that you're very independent right now. Also, you know, you're the sort of person, you may have looked on the dating scene and seen that it is deficient. There's a lack of opportunity there. So you may feel like you're not going to settle for, you know, any old relationship. You want a loving connection with a person who really sees you and offers reciprocity in a relationship. And you've just been kind of like doing you right now. And perhaps a lot of you may even be so like submerged in your projects right now that you haven't got space for love to come on in because you're so busy. Toil and labor, that's your focus. You're prioritizing your own needs. You are being independent. You may even be leaning into your friendships. But I feel like some of you are trying to close a cycle of repeat. If you see like this, it's like a production line. You know, when you start to heal yourself, you start to see people's motivations, and you start to see people who try to come at you with the same old cycle of repeat. They may be different people, but you're learning the lesson and seeing through it. So a lot of you are trying to close out a chapter of, you know, some sort of repetition or repeat in your life. The lesson has been learnt. You're looking for commitment, but you've been committing to yourself at this time to prepare space for the one. And of course, a lot of you are working hard to focus on your finances and just, you know, work. I feel some of you, not all of you, if you are in a career, you could meet a person who's connected to your industry. Doesn't mean you work on site with that person. Could be you come into contact with this person in some way, shape, or form, or they have knowledge of your industry. If you're retired, this can indicate that, you know, you dedicated yourself to your career, and now it's time to give back to yourself, and you are in good health, because the bad health card is in the resistance position. I want you to be aware of that. And this can be that you decide to put yourself in a position to get out there. For some of you, you know, you may also do some sort of giving back, charitable work. This can be a charity card. It could be that you're giving to people in some way, joining group activity to share generosity and help people who are not as well off as you are at this moment in time. So you could be like in a very nurturing position. You're healing yourself, but also giving back to your community in some way, or perhaps you're doing some sort of practice, or you're called to do something that heals your body, okay, to keep you in good health. Things like meditation, yoga, Pilates, sound baths, Reiki, something that brings people together. Some of you could be having a yearning for that at this time, a calling, and you could actually join some sort of group where you return to it, because there is a repetitive element here with your energy right now, something you return to time and time again that's going to be really good for your future, body, mind, and soul, and you get some indication that there's a person there who has feelings for you. I'm seeing someone being given actually a card, not a letter, a card. So you could receive a card from somebody very shortly that actually this person has feelings for you. But I get to the cards in a moment with the Celtic Cross. I'll know more, because in your future, you know, that message indicates communication with someone that is romantic. It's something that is important or of merit, because of course it has a seal of approval there. So I feel like your guides have this seal of approval of someone they're going to bring you towards meeting, but also family, friends, people who care about you. They give the seal of approval with someone that you're going to be in contact with. Number 7 is the Chariot card energy, which means you know, with sheer willpower, get out there and try new things, but also it means you reach a destination. You are successful in some way. You overcome a bump in the road. But a lot of you may feel that the state of your love life right now, it's in bad health. It's in need of repair. Meeting the right person, you know, connecting to, you know, a more healthy vibration if you have had toxic relationships in the past. But a lot of you are like, why do relationships have to be such hard work at the beginning? And this could be that you're meeting a person who's teaching you lessons. You know, the right person, life is challenging. We all know that. People are complex as well. But if you have to fight for the love that you have time and time again, even from the very beginning, and the person that you're with is not trying to stand up and be there in the relationship with you, that's one-sided. And maybe this is something you had to learn, because at the beginning of a relationship, it should be sparkly and new and exciting and intoxicating and magnetic and passionate and all of the stuff where you're getting to know each other. And as things start to settle, you get into a rhythm with each other. And of course, then you face life together. The bumps in the road are about doing life together. Sometimes the bumps are with each other in the road, where we come across some disagreements, or, you know, we have to work things out and come to some sort of alignment. So of course, it's all about give and take and compromise and all of those things, relationships. But if you have encountered a person or a situation where it is constantly you trying to make things work and the other person isn't even bothering, they're just accepting, then I feel like you have your red flag there. You've noticed, you've got the message. And also I feel that, you know, you are an overgiver. You have so much compassion, so much care. You're actually a healer, because you have a healer card right there. And people come towards you for fixing. You get caught in other people's storms, whether they've just left a person and they're brokenhearted, and then you are the person that they encounter next, and you're helping them pick up the pieces, but they're not available emotionally to give you the love that you truly deserve and desire. Yes, it's wonderful that you are so supportive, but you are not just here to be someone's emotional crutch. You're here to be loved as well, on your own terms, as well as there being reciprocity. So I feel some of you also may feel that it's better off to be independent right now and focus on your projects, and you've surrendered to the fact that love will find you when you are ready to receive it, or when your person is ready to receive it. So that, of course, is right. So I feel like there is going to be some divine timing there. What else am I getting with that? Now, also, the person that you're about to meet may also be in some sort of healthcare. Okay, or there is something regarding charitable work, or an industry that you worked in once or still work in. There's some sort of connection there that you have some sort of commonality. But your first card there is the Fool card. You just want to have fun. You want to open yourself up to a new journey when it comes to love. You're trying to be optimistic. I mean, you do have responsibility, whether it's to your family, your soul tribe, to work. You know, I feel like you're doing a lot of repair work on yourself, but also all the lights are on in these cards. So you're going through an awakening. You're working out what it is that you want and what you certainly do not want in a relationship. 3 of Cups, there's the friend who's going to try and help you. You're going to have someone try and set you up there. Okay, so I'll pull a card on that. That's coming out strongly. But I do see that your friend is trying to set you up with a person because they cannot understand why you're so awesome and you have not found the love of your life. They want you to be loved because they love you and they care about you. So I do see that there is someone going to be offered to you as like a bit of a setup. You may be told about this person before you even meet this person, so you get to decide whether you want to connect to this person or not. But, okay, we've got the 3 of Cups followed by the 4 of Cups. So this can indicate that you're not so sure about the setup, okay? And there is divine intervention, yeah. 5 of Cups, you may let someone down. I gotta just give it to you straight, okay? And it feels like after that, the universe aligns you with your soulmate. 10 of Cups. Something connected to your family. This could be family responsibility, just finding happiness within the present moment, trying to live your best life. Doing you. You've got responsibilities, you're closing out cycles, you're self-reliant, you're trying to focus on your abundance, and you just want peace. You're trying to simplify your life right now, but I feel a lot of you do want a happy ever after. And the World card in your circumstances outside of yourself position right there, it tells me you're going to be in the right place at the right time to meet the right person, and it's love. So let me just get your final card there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, so we have the Three of Swords and we have the Five of Wands. Now this tells me that there's going to be rivalry for your affection, and the first person that you come across, which I feel a friend is trying to set you up with, you're kind of a little bit disappointed, like, oh my gosh, if even my friend can't set me up with a person, or, you know, maybe you think, oh, my friend doesn't know me at all, but they're trying to connect you to a really good egg, right? A really good person. There's nothing really wrong with this person. I feel like you're looking for the chemistry and maybe they just don't have it. You feel a little bit down after that, like, oh, but there's someone new coming on in after that. So don't be too disappointed. The Chariot card. I mean, it's the same. Number seven. You're leaving on a 7. So this tells me after a bit of a bump in the road, you are triumphant. Some of you may also be going traveling, or there's a little bit of a break or some sort of vacation going on there. But you may also travel to an event, because the Chariot card is a directional gauge. It can be like you have to decide between two people. Okay, there's a house over here on this side of the water, and there's a house over here on the other side of the water, and the Five of Wands is rivalry. But I feel some of you may actually go to a place where there is a very competitive arena energy. So either, for example, you may be like promising yourself to be more active at the end of December there. Could be that you join a gym, or you go to a place where there's competition, or you challenge yourself to do something. For some of you, if you are in the working environment, it could be because you have the Toil and Labor card, which is a work connection to something, or whether it is you giving back to yourself. It could be that you're working on yourself, going on a spiritual retreat, for example, or even a day retreat or a spa. You know, it can be something that is connected to you already. So if it's not work or travel, I feel it could be connected to you working on yourself. But let's get to your first card, because we've got the Fool card. It's interesting because there's this energy of wanting companionship with that dog right there. But the Fool card is like you're ready for a new adventure, you know, and optimism is there. That's why it feels a little bit disappointing with the Three of Swords there and with the Five of Wands, because there's some minor disappointment regarding rivalry. Okay, or regarding like an option that you feel, oh, it's not going to work. Okay, and then suddenly you're meeting someone new, and it's different, and it's love. So you're going to have a bit of a disappointment, as it were, where you let someone down. That's not the end of your love options. There's someone else coming on in. But the Fool card is reminding you to retain that optimism, to kind of like base no attachments to the future. It's like go out there, have fun. There is some sort of opportunity here with that Three of Cups. So I would say there is some sort of event where you're partying, or people are coming together that perhaps you haven't explored yet, or you haven't encountered yet. It is something to come because it's in the crossing position like that. Three Cups is a gathering or a celebration, and people coming together to have a lot of excitement. So if you're invited to something, this is a place where your friend is going to say, what about that person? They're going to offer you something that you feel doesn't align with you. Okay, so it's a person and they're awesome, but they're just not vibing with you. And that's okay. It's not a disappointment. It's an acknowledgement that when you know what is not right for you, you signal to the universe you're ready for what is. Because one of the lessons is sometimes we think, you know what, that person, they're really nice. Safe bet. There's no chemistry, but maybe it'll grow on me. You know, especially if you've been in past relationships where you've had a lot of challenge, you just want simplicity. You just want like an easier energy. And it can be that sometimes an option that perhaps they don't tick all the boxes, they seem tempting. Like, okay, let's go for this person. They're not my usual type, so maybe it'll be a thing. But if your heart is not vibing, it's an indication. Your heart will always win, okay? So just acknowledge that as a truth, if that is your truth, of course. But the Fool card is your starting position. You're ready to take a leap of faith. You're ready to believe in love again with that Fool card. So many of the collective right now are getting the Fool card. They're just ready for something new, something real, something adventurous, something kind, something loyal. I feel people are waking up right now and wanting different things. So there's going to be more opportunity available to you when it comes to love. But a lot of you may have not even recognized that you get attention. You're someone who's fun to be with. And as you can see, these people, their focus has been on projects or on the mechanics of something. So you're looking at the inner workings of yourself or at people, thinking about people's kind of psyche and why people do some strange things. You're trying to understand or work on something or repair something within yourself. You're going through an awakening. But with that Fool card, it's like you're ready. You've done a lot of the processing and you're wanting a fresh new start there. And you're kind of adventurous, wanting to try new experiences or new events. And with that Three of Cups, there could be something new on the horizon with some friends there. Three of Cups is a celebration, but it could also be a feast date. For some of you, it could be a feast date that brings extended family members together or even, friends of family together. So there could be something swirling around you, or perhaps it is a gathering at work, some sort of team building exercise, or maybe it's an event that puts you in a building where other companies are also having some sort of seasonal event or some sort of gathering of people, and you could meet a person that way. But Three Cups, you're not going to meet this new person alone. You're going to be in a group of like-minded individuals, enjoying a moment, having fun, letting your hair down. There's excitement, there's a hubbub, there's an ambiance, okay? Now, because the Three of Cups is in the resistance position, it tells me that a friend tries to set you up. There's someone who's already interested in you. They've already talked to your friend about you, okay? And this is something that is going to come up as a topic of conversation. And I mean, the Sun card on the earthly plane position indicates that you're going through a personal development phase where you're going through a lot of growth. You're getting clarity about what you want. And because it's opposing the Four of Cups here, it means that the person's awesome. It would be a fulfilling relationship, but it's not quite what you're looking for. Four of Cups indicates that you're closed off to this option. Okay, so I feel like you may be just disappointed or had an expectation, and then there's kind of a refusal or discouragement where you're like, no, I'm not feeling it. Okay, so that's what's telling me that, those Three Cups, look at the journey of the cards. Those Three Cups are upright, being presented to that figure, and they're like, no. And even in the near future energy, we've got those Three Cups again, but in the Five of Cups card, and the Three Cups are spilt. It's like, no, that's really not going to work. I'm literally dismissing this person or those people as an option. And this figure cannot see how the Two of Cups, cannot see how a union will come in, a loving relationship, but it's going to be on the cards for you. It comes after disappointment, or it comes after you letting someone down. I feel like you are doing the letting down, looking at the cards, okay? You're dismissing someone, but someone is going to be presented, or it becomes clear who this person is. And the Sun card indicates that you're out there shining your light. You're getting a lot of attention, a lot of attraction. Five of Wands in your outcome energy is rivalry, which basically means you will have options. If you can't see any options right now, you're going to start to see options coming on in. And the Sun is like, you need someone who's strong enough to walk by your side. You need someone who really sees you in all your glory and is not afraid of your sparkle, who does not get intimidated by the fact that you shine your light, that you have confidence. A lot of you are building in your confidence right now, empowering yourself, but also you need someone who's open, who's real, who speaks their truth, and basically someone you can be happy with. A lot of you are focusing on your own success and your own happiness, and you will put on pause in order to discover that your happiness is not tied up within another person. It is connected inside of yourself. So you've been called to romance your life a little bit more and do more things that bring you joy, more happiness, but also to integrate. And if some of you have been feeling a little bit isolated or alone recently, I do see that, you are going to find yourself in group activities, If your friendships have been evolving and they have responsibilities and you felt really neglected within those frameworks, as it were, I feel a lot of you could be opening yourself up to new experiences, to meet new people. And just by doing that, you're actually going to put yourself in a position to meet some people you have a frisson with. There may be two, but I feel there's one that captures your heart, one you can see your future with, okay? Now, the past position, we have the Magician. This can indicate that, you've spent a long time trying to believe in love again, trying to believe in the magic of life, reignite that spark. A lot of you may also feel that you are outgrowing a part of your life and things feel different. You're a different version of yourself than you were 5 years ago. Something monumental has changed within yourself, and you're trying to reignite that spark. And this is a declaration to self to step into your personal power, believe in the magic within yourself, but also manifest. It is a manifestation visualization card. As above, so below is connected to this card. It means your thoughts become things. So this is about managing any intrusive thoughts, recognizing that you are a gift when it comes to love, to celebrate yourself more, and recognize that you are at your peak right now. You cannot be Libra in the past because that's already past. It was something that occurred. It's now an illusion. It's a memory, but you are Libra right now. And the person who's going to come into your life will love you for Libra right now. Of course, you will be Libra in the future, but you're not there yet. You will meet a person that you grow together with in your future. So this is about loving yourself fully in this moment and believing in your own magic. You literally have everything within yourself right now to attract the love that you truly deserve and desire. If anyone has told you that you're too this, too that, too whatever, that's normally them recognizing your greatness and your shining light that is within you, and they want to dull your shine because they feel like you outshine them or that they're not enough when they stand by your side. So if you've had previous relationships like that, I feel like you are moving them out of your energetic sphere and moving on to believe in yourself again and recognize that you deserve love and that you will be loved again, okay? Your potential position, this is the potential to happen for your future. 4 cups, just when you are closed off to love, feeling a disappointment, because this is a card of like being disenchanted with the options or feeling like, okay, this is not fulfilling. This is not right for me. Suddenly the universe, the hand of the universe comes in and says, here is the great love story. There is going to be a person who captures your attention. So in your potential position, you will love. Do not be closed off to how you meet this person. I know that sounds really random, but there could be an event that you decide that you're kind of like not sure whether you want to go, and you're really close to the event and you decide that you're not going to go, but suddenly, impromptuly, you decide to go. I feel there's a very spontaneous energy here where suddenly you think, you know what, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm just going to go. Because the Chariot card tells me that you're conflicted with that 5 of Wands as to whether you should go to something. And then suddenly you go, you know what, I'm going to go. I'm just going to enjoy myself and live in the moment, just go. Very spontaneous. You're going to have the best time. And this is where you're guided to meet the person of your dreams. Okay, so that's something that's coming out there. The universe is going to surprise you with a new option. If you notice, this cup is bigger than all the other cups. So the big love story is coming on in. Near future, we have that 5 of Cups there. So that's the disappointment. It feels like you're closed off to an option that is presented to you, but the universe comes in with something special, someone special for you, okay? And with that 5 of Cups, you could be thinking about who you let down and thinking, you know what, oh my gosh, I'm never going to meet anybody. If even my friends can't align me with someone, or there's no one out there, it's never going to happen. Suddenly the universe says, stop focusing on all the experiences that have been so negative or were not rewarding for you or have drained you or taught you lessons. That was in your past. Those lessons inform you to strengthen your present position so that you take the lesson with you, but don't spend time in the past, unless you are just focusing on the lesson, because the past has nothing new to say. The future, if this person turned around, they would see that 2 cups are aligned. 2 cups course, union, attraction, and agreement between two people who fall in love with each other to take this journey of life and love. So I feel a lot of you, there is this energy coming through as well, that you may be grieving a part of your old life and trying to reignite that spark and to do things that make you feel again. So you may be challenging yourself to do something that has got you curious, and you have to go to it. And when you go to it, that's where you meet this person, okay? But there's some sort of event or gathering that it's like, you know the way. You book something a month before and you're like really stoked. You're like, I really want to do this. I need to get out of my comfort zone. It's something new. I've always been wanting to do this. I've booked it. It's happening. I'm excited. And then it's like 2 days before the event and you're like, oh my gosh, why did I book that thing? I'm tired. I've got stuff to do. It's coming at a bad time. I really wanted to go to it, but now it's kind of lost its sparkle. Should I go? Should I cancel? Should I just forget about it? Get a refund? What should I do? Okay. I just feel that in your energy, and suddenly you're going to talk yourself back into doing it, and you just have a great time. So that's something that's coming out. I had to mention it there. Now, because there is a Three of Swords and a Five of Cups, a lot of you are healing something. You're trying to work something out in your emotional pain body right now. And if you're like not grieving a part of your old life, some of you could literally be grieving a person. Okay, so I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. If you are someone who is widowed, or you had a high level commitment and that person has passed away, and you are trying to reconcile feelings within yourself, and 1 minute you feel numb, then angry, then rageful, then bereft, then on autopilot, this is a process of grief. Your body has to work things out. It's going to be a process. It'll take time. It's going to be different for everyone regarding a timeline. And I'm sending you so much love out there because it is, of course, a challenge. And I feel that, of course, a lot of you are in grief. And when that grief is to a manageable degree, because, of course, time is not a healer. You just learn how to manage the wound more effectively, okay? So I want you to acknowledge that you will come to a position in your life where that grief is more manageable, but you're going to see lots of signs, symbols, and omens from someone in spirit that wants you to love again, that wants you to be happy, because their joy came from your happiness too, even though very complex relationship, and it doesn't have to be a previous romantic partner. It can be a family member. If some of you are grieving, you know, a family member who has passed away, again, I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. This person is protecting you. I see omens hinting. Love again. Love. Love is the answer. Love is the equation. Your heart should be full. Live in the moment. Enjoy your time. You're literally going to see like messages on billboards, messages in movies. Things are just going to come out and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I keep receiving the same message. It is divinely sent. You know, the Four of Cups can be an omen or a message sent in spirit. And you've got the message card there. I feel it's important to recognize that this person, they want you to be happy. And, you know, they align with you and they walk by you. They're protecting you. In fact, they want to protect your heart so you meet the right person who is careful with your heart. So whoever this person is, you're going to see lots of signs and symbols from this person. Ask for specific signs. All I keep seeing is a scroll in the water, which normally means like a message. And I'm seeing someone open it up. I'm seeing like a fountain pen, writing. Okay, I'm not seeing what the writing is. It's all joined up. It's scribbling away there. But again, that's symbolic of a message. I'm not seeing anything else. Normally I'll wait for the vision to kind of play out to see if there's anything else, but I'm not seeing anything. Okay, now it's going in the envelope and it's like the seal here. So, but it's like a scroll and it's been squished and then put into the envelope. So yeah, I feel it's just symbolic of a message, a very important message. It can be like a seal of approval. My guides gave me a seal of approval that they want you to love again. So with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to remove myself from that energy. Okay. And of course, it is a journey, a healing journey that you're on right now. And when you feel ready, the time will be right when that moment comes for you. It'll be different for everybody. So with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to remove myself there. Now, Coming to your advice to yourself in this moment position, we got the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is you just want to be happy. A lot of you have responsibilities with your family, or you're giving back to your family. You feel really rewarded with some of those relationship dynamics. And of course, for some of you, it can be there's been challenges going on in your family unit, and you're just trying to navigate back to a position where you feel things are more balanced and harmonious again. But the 10 of Cups is also your vision of what you want in a long-term relationship. It's going to be different for everybody. Not everybody wants that relationship dynamic with a child walking towards a house in nature with a rainbow, of course, but it can be that your vision, because you have the Magician card, your manifestation of what it is you desire coming to fruition. Now, I'm also seeing bells. Excuse me, I've got an itchy shoulder there. I'm seeing 2 bells, they look like brass bells ringing now. So that could be symbolic of something. I mean, for some of you, I don't have any kind of religious cards that have popped out, but some of you, there could be a celebration of your faith. Perhaps there's an event in and around that, you know, because the bells can be like symbolic of that. Bells ringing normally means it's time for something, or it's time. It can be that's an ending, bringing a new beginning. So I'm just seeing bells. I'm just going to leave it like that, okay, and move on from that. But the 10 of Cups indicates your vision of what happiness is something that can be achieved on the earthly plane, but also this is an indication of you finding happiness within yourself first before you can offer it and share your life with another. You want someone who complements your life, and I just feel like your soul tribe members want you to be happy, whether that's your immediate family or whether it is your soul tribe friends. I just feel like this family unit feeling around you of support, of wanting you to be happy, and maybe even kind of discussing things like, what about that person? Or, you know what, you're so lovable, you will be loved. I'm surprised that you haven't been in a long-term relationship and committed, and, you know, they have gone through experiences with you and they just want you to be happy. So I feel the vibration of love is all around you right now. And I feel like, you know, if you think about a rainbow and you kind of connect it to the toil and labor card, like sun and rain makes a rare appearance of a rainbow. So you are on course to meet a very rare relationship. You've been through some stuff. Rain is all about purifying. It is about cleansing. It's about releasing pressure or sadness. And of course, sun, you have the sun energy. I mean, you have the 2 ingredients right there. You have the 5 of Cups, which is the lament, the grief, and you have the sun, which is the happiness, the joy. So I feel like you've been going through your life cathartically, releasing things to create space for this beautiful love to come on in that is going to be rare. And the World card, and let me just show you the World card. It's a little bit risque, so I'm going to put my finger there because YouTube does not like that. But the World card indicates you being in the right place at the right time to meet the right person. Now, for some of you, there could be this decision with the Fool card that you are relocating to either a new neighborhood, new country, new state. So this could be something you're doing personally right now. Maybe you're trying to be closer to family, or you're doing something that is a little bit different and it puts you in the path to meet this new person. But the World card basically is symbolic of completeness, feeling happy and whole within yourself, and recognizing that you have everything you need within yourself in order to be content. And then you're attracting a person that will share your life. Also, if you are traveling, because you got the Chariot card energy, you could meet someone at a place that you travel to. But because the 5 of Wands is there, it means you're being active or in training or doing some sort of competition. It's been challenging to meet a person, and maybe even when you meet this new person that you actually have feelings for, it's a challenge to arrange a date within the diary to meet up because you're both busy with family obligations, or I mean, there's a lot of events this time of year, so it's really hard to get something in the diary. But in the new year, you're going to see you and this person get together and go traveling with each other and spending a lot of time together, okay? But the World card in the circumstances outside of yourself kind of highlights for me with that 3 of Cups. A lot of you are going to meet someone as we close the end of the year and step into the new year there, okay? So this could be New Year celebrations, for example, that you wonder, should you go, should you not go? So please take it as it resonates. Now, the hope and a fear position, we got the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is a very guarded heart. So some of you, based on previous experiences of either toxic relationships or being let down or heartbroken in love, you've been guarded with your beautiful heart because you have equated love to pain, because that's your experience. But the right person is going to love you in the right way and give you no cause for concern. Also, Nine of Wands indicates that you haven't given up on love, but it's been very hard. Some of you may have even said, look, this is my last chance at finding love. And that's why when you're presented by a friend of an option and you're like, oh, no, that's not the person, no. You may be like, oh, well, I'm never going to find anybody then. But the universe says, do not give up hope, because you will meet the person that captures your heart. And you may actually meet a person who is from a different path in life or a different walk in life from you, but this person will be right for you. Also, I feel the hope is to meet someone who's had life experience. That's coming through very strongly here. I feel a lot of you, you've been through some stuff and you need someone who is mature enough to understand your experiences, to factor it into the relationship so they don't kind of like breeze over the fact that you've been through some stuff. Especially if you've gone through grief or trauma, you need someone who's mature enough to accept that part of your journey and not judge it. You're not asking this person to fix anything for you. Understanding. Someone who wants to ask questions, who wants to dig a little bit deeper and is not just surface level. That's what you need in your life. And that's what I feel like you're calling in right now. You also read the reverse of this card in this position. It indicates a lot of you want to meet a person who is not running away from their feelings. You want to meet a person who's not guarded to the point where you cannot break down the walls. You can't get in. You want someone who both of you reveal parts of yourselves, your journey, that you are interested enough to dig a little bit deeper, to see the very core of each other, beyond the wounds, beyond the walls that have been built, the boundaries, but someone who also respects boundaries that have been put in place to, respect one's sovereignty. Also, I feel you don't want someone who's too cautious in a relationship. You need someone who's strong enough to walk by your side and own their actions. Someone who takes accountability and responsibility there as well. And now this is coming through briefly, may not resonate with all of you. I'm getting an energy of scars, and some of these scars may be emotional, but some of you may have been dealing with some physical scars or something that you've been trying to work on within yourself or accept within yourself, especially since you've got these two challenging cards at the beginning of your reading. The right person is going to love all of you, scars and all. Okay, so I feel that's really important to recognize. So if some of you have felt exposed, especially when you meet a person, you have to reveal a part of your truth or, tell someone like, this is part of my story, or this happened to me, or I have this scar, or this has happened. This person, they want to get to know you. They fall in love with the essence of you. Not just the physical, but the essence of you as well. And you will be loved in all your glory, okay? And often, imperfection is where the beauty lies, okay? That's what I've learned in my life for sure, okay? So I want you to be aware of that as well. Nobody's perfect, and that's the beauty of life and people and us all being wonderfully different with wonderful different stories to discover within each other. And I feel like you are going to discover someone who wants to see your story and wants to know more and is very interested and curious about who you are, the things you've survived, things you've been through, how you've been a warrior or a warrioress, and you're still standing despite all that the world has thrown at you. This is the sort of person you're meeting. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords there. Now, the Three of Swords can indicate that you went through some challenges and you literally had to take out the swords of your own heart, get your own closure from situations, and that made you very powerful indeed. It means that you will not settle for second best. It means that you have reconciled within yourself that you're all good by yourself. You're self-sufficient. You don't need anybody. You want somebody. And that's the difference. And the universe can feel that in your energetic frequency. And that's when suddenly, you align with the right person. with that Chariot energy. Now, the Three of Swords can also indicate a silver lining, that we get tested with the wrong person coming into our life sometimes, and when we've learnt the lessons, we will let down a person, hopefully, carefully, because everyone's got feelings. No matter how much bravado they've still got that inner child in there that yearns to be loved, accepted. So even when we're letting someone down, it should be with, empathy, okay? So I feel with this energy, it's like acknowledging that now that you know what you don't want to receive in a relationship, you are seeing it straight away and saying, this is not for me. And the universe says, okay, now you've learned the lesson, I will send what is for you. The Three of Swords can be a silver lining in the way that rejection is protection and redirection. And if a previous relationship did not go your way, know that you were protected, because you have that Nine of Wands as well, protected from something that was not good for you or would not have enriched your soul or connected to your soul mission. And of course, Three of Swords can indicate grieving. It can indicate that sometimes you feel lonely. Sometimes you feel isolated, and sometimes you cannot see how love is going to come into your life. But know that this is a temporary discomfort, this too shall pass, and that circumstances are aligning for your highest good. I kind of like the Five of Wands, because normally this means that everything that's been clunky in your life right now has been a bit of a gear shift for everything to come together. And normally, this card is different, but normally on the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, which pictorially gives you a better indication as to what the card means, there are 5 people, all with a wand, trying to make a star. Now, the star, of course, is all about healing, and it can be a hard journey throughout healing, but also the star is about wishes. It's a bumpy road to get your wish, of course, as well, but also it means that it will all come together as planned. It just takes time and a little bit of a gear shift. Also, Five of Wands can indicate some sort of interference, and I feel it's a positive interference this time, where it's like a friend trying to set you up with someone, but it's not the right person for you, but then the universe aligns you with the right person for you, okay? And also, the Five of Wands can indicate, as I said, rivalry, 2 people having to decide between the two, but you let someone down. So that Three of Swords may not be your grief. It can be another person's grief because you let someone down. Make sure you do it with empathy. Everyone has feelings. Now, and also I want to acknowledge that, of course, I see that you've been through some challenge, and you're the sort of person that even though you've been hurt in the past, you have matured enough to acknowledge that you don't want to carry on the baton and hurt someone else. Sometimes that saying, hurt people, I don't particularly like it, because sometimes we make a conscious effort to make sure that we do not hurt other people, that we do not bestow upon other people what we've experienced or witnessed ourselves. I know for sure in my life, I have gone through some stuff that would curl your toes, and I'm still standing. I found my way back to me, and I'm grateful for that. But, I've been in situations where I've been shattered into tiny pieces on the floor. I have had to pick myself up. I lost everything. I've been through some stuff. Now, a lot of people have been through worse than me. Absolute. And it's not a competition. We're not here to compare. We've all been through some stuff, and we all deal with things in different ways, and we resolve them in different ways as well. And some people are better at getting over things than others, and that's just our path, and it's our way of learning about ourselves. But I want you to be aware that there is this energy in your energetic sphere here where I recognize you are one of the people who make sure that you do not, bestow your pain or your sadness on other people in the way that it was inflicted on you. Okay, so I definitely see that. I certainly made a conscious effort never to do what was done to me in my past. And of course, you rise up, and you are rising up. So with this Chariot card energy, this is the breakthrough point for you. This is the victory. I feel a lot of you, this could be travel, of course, but the Chariot card means after a bump in the road, or after being knocked off the horse, as it were, you're getting back on the horse, you're getting back into the dating pool, or you're getting more excited. And this is interesting because the Chariot card, on this deck, there are reins on this, But again, in most tarot decks, there are no reins on the Chariot card, which is a mixture of sheer willpower, of you aligning with your truth and heading in the right direction, and divine intervention, being guided to where you're meant to be. And of course, this can indicate two people who are very independent coming together to co-align and live their truth together in reciprocity, and they have been connected by fate. Destiny brought you together. So I feel like you are going to meet a person where you challenge yourself to go to it, where you're excited to go, but also everything's going to come together as planned. And I feel with that Chariot, this is you taking the journey. The Chariot card is a journey card. And I feel like it's also important to recognize the Chariot card is a commitment card. Your commitment to putting yourself in a position to find someone new and then meeting someone new, and then the commitment of two of you aligning your desires to share a life with each other. And that's what I see for your future. I am connected. Yes, you are connected. I feel like you're going to meet a person where there is a connection. Okay, and I'm just going to pull another card because my guides asked me to. Okay. We've got I am abundant and I follow my heart. Okay, and I feel like you're going to meet a person who offers their heart as well. But I'm connected. So this person, I mean, they may have strong Gemini in their chart. There's also, you know, wonderful Libra energy here as well as Taurus. Doesn't have to be those signs, but you may meet a person who's actually got strong Libra in their chart as well. But I feel a lot of you, while you're focused on your abundance, your priorities, again, this hints for some of you, you're going to meet a person that connects to your workspace or wherever you make your money. So this can be that they work for a company that's in the same industry, or if you're retired, it can be that you both worked in the same industry. So, you know, love knows no bounds. It also does not know age. So it doesn't matter how old you are, if you're vibing at a frequency to find love, you're going to attract love. You're following your heart, you're going to be connected, and it's about valuing yourself and investing in the right relationships and seeing that reciprocity. But I feel like you're actually going to meet a person at a party or some sort of vibe. I mean, this person's got a glass of bubbly champagne. So could be a celebration. I mean, a lot of you with that world energy can be something that is the end of the year, like, you know, New Year's celebrations, close to midnight, meeting the love of your life. So I'll leave it like that. That part may not resonate with all of you, but I have to honor that it came through. Just gonna... Okay, so we have a lollipop. Okay, now lollipop there can indicate a quick fix, something sweet that comes in, or meeting a person who's really sweet, but you'd repeat a cycle. You would kind of outgrow that situation. You feel it would be only temporary. Okay, so I feel this is the person you let down there. We also have a stag. Now the stag can indicate respect, of purity, of gracefulness, understanding, and meeting a person that makes you suddenly stop still. Like, oh my gosh, I've met the one. And this is a person who would literally fight for love. Okay, so I mean, not like fight aggressively. I mean, they would fight for a union. They believe in the sanctity of love and marriage, and they would stand true with honor. This person has high honor, whoever you're meeting. And finally, we've got a pentacle. So again, this is about investment in love, but also a lot of you are focused on your finances right now. Your focus turns to love, of course, but I feel this is an energy of there being some sort of connection between a working environment or an industry, okay, but also it's about reciprocity, the give and take, the investment, and that you are a gift. Pentacles also tend to indicate, especially when it's one pentacle, indicate the beginning of something healthy, you know, an opportunity to invest in a relationship that is going to grow into something really special. So I will leave that there. Also, this person, when you get to know them, the new person, they may actually have an item of jewelry, is what I'm being given, that has encompassed a coin in it. So this could be a ring, could be a bracelet, could be a necklace, I'm not sure. There is an item of jewelry. They don't wear it often, but they will on one of your dates. It has a coin connected to it. So I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so I'll leave it there, my beautiful Librans. I hope something resonates. Thank you so much, and love and light.